Shalom Israel. Before I start, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Bahara Kakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel, who rule and teach well, the Akims, the Iris and Biris, and those pushing videos in truth and sincerity, to the brothers and sisters in the truth. Now, this is that time where we need to make sure that we're continuing in faith, praying to the Most High to increase our faith so that we've got the ability to endure to the end, make sure we're keeping the laws to the best of our ability. Grab the popcorn, sit back and watch the ride. You know, the Most High is bringing down this kingdom bit by bit. There's been floods, fires, earthquakes, uproars, sedition, you know, plagues, all these things the Most High is doing, showing us that this is a kingdom in decline. And when you look at this here, this is an article. It says, watch Trump supporters hit Antifa protesters with American flags during clashes in Washington state capitol. So what we're seeing is the Most High bit by bit dismantling this kingdom, and in that going down, this kingdom going down, our kingdom will be ushered in. And it says here, two opposing events in Olympia, Washington, have resulted in violent brawls between supporters of President Donald Trump and Antifa. Police have confirmed the arrest of a suspect who allegedly fired shots during the unrest. Pro-Trump demonstrators who gathered outside the Washington state capitol faced off with counter-protesters who attended an event labeled Squash Fascists. Violence followed, with videos on social media showing supporters of the president beating Antifa activists with American flags. This is one of those videos. Says fight breaks out between Portland, Washington protesters and counter-protesters for Back the Blue and President Trump. We'll quickly play this. So they're using tear gas. It's like he's just getting it in. We got where is it? Got this guy with a gun. He's got a gun. Madness. He's got a gun there. Now, could you imagine if this was Jake? There would have been bare police all over the scene already, you know. Someone would have probably got shot, killed. You know, it says other footage appeared to depict mass protesters using tear gas against opponents, which we saw in that video. Says there have also been reports of shots fired during the clashes. One video apparently shows a Trump supporter pointing a handgun at Antifa protesters. Another purportedly shows the man firing a weapon. Let me see if I think it's in this video here. This guy in the yellow comes up in a minute. You got a 1J here, so I don't know what he thinks he's doing. This guy in the yellow, he's the one with the gun. Him here. Looks like Jake is on the side of the Trump supporters. And funny enough, they seem to be the only ones with guns in this. What is it? It's like a, must be in this thing. Esau's getting it in, man. Going wild. Yeah. This is the video. I'm not sure if this is the one. Where is it? Yeah. It's not this video, but there's one where you see that guy that was in the yellow. He's the one that had the gun. Oh, I think it's in this one. Yeah, I'll play this one already. Yeah, you can see him there. See him there with the gun. Yeah. So it says where is it down there? His police later confirmed they had arrested an individual who appeared to fire at least one round from a handgun into the opposing crowd. They added that groups of protesters eventually dispersed as officers were monitoring to ensure things are peaceful from here forward. But like I said, if that was Jake, there would have been police there a long time ago. Someone would have probably got hurt or shot or killed. And it says they had arrested an individual. If that was Jake, he wouldn't have been alive to tell the tale. But, this is Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And who's the wicked? Job 9:24. Earth is given into the hand of the wicked. But what we're seeing here is not a group of people that's rejoicing. And it's not just Jake that's not rejoicing. Some of Esau's own people ain't rejoicing because the wicked are being ruled. Yeah. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. And when you look up this word prudent, it says acting with or showing care and thought for the future. And this is something that Esau doesn't do. This is why the scripture says, roughly paraphrasing, if it weren't for the elect, like the Most High has shortened the days for the elect's sake, otherwise there'll be no flesh left, no flesh saved. And this is how Esau operates. He's very wild. And we know that the scripture says that Ishmael is a wild man, but Esau has some of those tendencies and traits as well. Very wild. But it says the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Esau doesn't act with care, or thought for the future. Otherwise, why would you build such destructive weapons that not only destroys you or your enemies, it will destroy you as well? It says an unwise king destroyeth his people. And how does Esau do that? For his philosophies, his religion, his wisdom. Like I said, he builds all kinds of destructive weapons that not only kills the enemy, but will destroy him. It says, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, through acting or showing care and thought for the future, the city shall be inhabited. And Esau shows no thought or care for the future. Verse 8 says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit. Now, was this kingdom established? Yeah, through unrighteous dealings, through injuries, riches gotten by deceit. It says the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So, Esau, as it says in Sirach 6 and 9, Esau is the second Ezra 6 and 9, Salakia. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And our kingdom is going to be established through righteousness. One of the reasons why we haven't got a kingdom today because we were divided as a people, and the kingdom divided will not stand. This is something that Yahushua is looking to do when he comes back to make us one nation and one kingdom. We couldn't get that. Yeah, to stop that division between us. Ezekiel 37 and start 21. And say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all, and there shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all. And this is what we're going to establish in the kingdom, unity amongst the tribes, become one nation again, instead of being two kingdoms, northern and southern kingdom. Now, this is Matthew 12 and 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Like I said, we were a kingdom divided, which is why we're in the situation we're in now. And every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. So this kingdom will not last. This we can see it going down slowly, bit by bit. Most High is pulling away the pegs from under it, and he's doing that through the floods that he's sending, the earthquakes he's sending, the fires that he's sending, the pestilence, these uproars that's happening. These are all things that's bringing this kingdom down. It says, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? And it won't stand. It's not in the Lord's plan for this kingdom to stand. So like I said, keep your faith up, pray for more faith, pray for strength to endure to the end. Keep the laws to the best of your ability. Grab the popcorn, sit back and relax, and watch this kingdom go down and ours get established. With that, I'm going to close out and give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Waharakah Kadash, Kwam Rasha Allah.